There we go. All the things. Everybody, welcome to Faith and Fandom Feedback Friday. As um trying to do this from a hotel room, which is always fun. Um, about to head out to HeroesCon, so I don't plan on spending a large sum of time doing this. And but do want to try and pop in, say hi, do our news, and go on about our day. So thanks for joining in. Let's get cracking. I hope y'all are doing good. I just had a eventful night of hotel shenaniganry with paper thin walls and all the things. I'll save it for the other podcast. Um, Good morning, good evening, Tristan. Um, Man, I saw like two LTN people in the flesh yesterday. So like I saw Todd and CJ. So um I saw Todd and CJ. So hopefully this is going to maintain. I see that my stream cuts out. If it does it, I'll call it a day. But hopefully it's going to maintain enough connection to keep this going. Um, let's jump in on some news. Uh, First off, um, if you're a SpongeBob fan, Plankton is getting his own feature-length film that will be coming to theaters, not theaters, sorry, it'll be coming to Netflix. Sorry, I'm answering a text real quick. Um, Todd's asking where to park. I recommend parking either at the green parking right across the street from the convention center or find the best affordable rate for your comfort. But you're just going to need to walk in the main doors and there'll be some escalators and elevators on your right to get you down. So if you guys are looking for how to get into HeroesCon, there you go as well. Right. Okay, cool. All right. Um, but yeah, Plankton is getting his own movie from the SpongeBob world, if that matters to you. I've not intentionally watched SpongeBob with my life. Not mad at it, just never did, but Plankton's getting his own movie. Um, if you're an Eminem fan and like most Eminem fans, you've never seen Eminem perform in concert, the Michigan Central Open happened recently, and you can check concert footage of Eminem performing from the Michigan Central Open on several streaming sites. Um, and so if you're interested in checking that out, I would just look up Michigan Central Open, and there's been some pretty cool stuff with that. Um, Timothy Oliphant is one of my favorite actors. He plays Raylan on Justified, and he plays a marshal everywhere. He plays a marshal in Mandalorian. He plays a marshal in Fargo. He plays a marshal in Deadwood. He plays a marshal on Justified. So that's Raylan Givens. Timothy Oliphant. He is now going to be playing a sort of marshal. He's going to be playing the Terminator in Netflix's anime of the Terminator, Terminator Zero, that will be coming later ahead. He is going to be the actual Terminator. So I don't know. Timothy Oliphant trying to kill you is scary enough. Dolly Parton is officially getting her own Broadway musical. That will be a it'll be a sort of biopic musical. Not a biopic because it's a play, but a biopoly. That's a fun word. Um, Dolly Parton getting her own musical about her life that will feature all of your favorite songs of hers, and it's called "Hello, I'm Dolly." So that's totally coming, and I think it'll be a success. If Bob Dylan's North Girl from the North Country managed to be a Broadway pseudo success, then I can't imagine Hello Dolly won't be. I'm just still daily mourning Almost Famous not succeeding on Broadway. Um, uh, White Collar is getting a reboot with the original cast of Matt Bomer, Tim McKay, and Tiffany Thiessen. So our homeboy from Doom Patrol and Chuck is back in the game. Um, we got a Stranger Things update, but not the one you want. Scoops Ahoy, the fictional Stranger Things ice cream, is officially releasing an entire line of ice cream this summer. So if you are someone who is, I guess, content living off of Stranger Things merch instead of Stranger Things storylines, um, there you go. You have that option. Destiny is now partnering with Dungeons and Dragons. Um, where and I'll let you look that up a little bit more, but you can literally play Destiny campaigns in Dungeons and Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons elements in uh Destiny. You can check out destinythegame.com for some more details with that. Or if you're already playing Destiny, you might already know. Um the incredibly acrobatic and uh thrilling wrestler Ricochet is ending his contract with the WWE. He's also the fiance of, in my opinion, the best ring announcer in modern history of Samantha Irvin. But Ricochet is not renewing his contract with WWE as it expires, and they are basically already writing him out of storylines with things. And I'm genuinely asking for feedback on this concept because I'd never heard of this. Pop Tarts, their official social media account, um, posted something that I didn't know was a thing. Um, that they asked the question, "How much butter do you put on your Pop Tarts?" Which just flabber or gasted my flabbers. Um, it just said a little, a lot, and never enough. Are people really out there putting butter on Pop Tarts? Is that a thing? Are you supposed to spread butter on Pop Tarts? Because Pop Tarts labeled it as their pro tip, like from their official account. And I thought it was a joke, but that's really a thing. So if you put butter on Pop Tarts, please and thank you. I would like to know this. Um, Tristan says you don't. Apparently, I know I don't, but apparently other people do. Godzilla minus one made history last week and being the first film to be number one on Netflix and iTunes simultaneously, um, which is its own neat thing. Good. I mean, I want Godzilla minus one to get all its flowers, because it deserves it. All the flowers. Um, if you are like most people that love Lord of the Rings, you haven't got enough Lord of the Rings content. Um, you are now going to get a Lord of the Rings anime. Lord of the Rings, War of Romir. Uh, no, Rohirrim. Will hit theaters. Wow, will hit theaters December 13th. Hi, Brendan. But there's a Lord of the Rings anime coming to theaters December 13th this year. I will rock the crap out of that. I will show up with all the popcorns and watch all the things. Um, Ted Lasso got a pseudo announcement this week from Apple TV via their um X account, Twitter account. Go with me, Brendan. Bring it on. I'm here for that. Um uh Ted Lasso or Apple TV posted an image of Coach Beard, Nathan Shelley, and Roy, and it says smells like potential. Which hints at what people have often yeah, Tristan, we're all there for more Lord of the Rings. I'm actually really excited about Rings of Power too, honestly, just because we're getting Tom Bombadil and it was decent. Um, but they're hinting at the possibility of a um, Ted Lasso spinoff just without Ted. But this could also just be us getting trolled by social media accounts. If you are lucky enough to be in Las Vegas for this current season, they officially have started broadcasting One Piece on the Vegas Sphere. And I've watched some video footage of it, and they're doing some really cool and interesting things with it. So check that out. Um, if you're in the Charleston, South Carolina area, and I'm gonna say this, don't be mad at me, or frustrated by me talking about this. So warned. Um, J.K. Rowling is in Charleston uh this week, docked in the Charleston Bay in her yacht. Um, so if you want to wave at J.K. Rowling, she's in Charleston, which isn't too far from me normally. Um, Zack Snyder is also getting an anime, Twilight of the Gods, mentioned that earlier, which will be premiering on Netflix on September 19th. Um, they've officially also cast the live action Moana. Um, it's the young actress named Catherine Lagaya. I'm reading this. I've never heard it, and I'm not that smart, so I'm not mispronouncing it on purpose. But she's an Australian actress, and she'll be joining Dwayne Johnson as the live action Maui and Moana. So I thought that was dead, but it's not. It will be in theaters July 10th, 2026. Um, yeah. Uh, Warner Brothers slash DC rickrolled us in terms of dropping something that I had not heard of or putting something out announcing it. Animated feature versions of The Watchmen are coming, two parts, Watchmen 1 and 2. Now, back when Watchmen Mania was still at its height, they did a motion comic version of The Watchmen and on DVD, and it was good. And this looks like they just took that same stuff and fully fleshed it out. But there's going to be two full animated feature films of Watchmen coming in this. Um, if you are I don't know what culture you would need to be to follow this, but Joey Chestnut is a famous hot dog eating champion, and he got banned from the Fourth of July Nathan's Grand Championship for hot dog eating because he's too good, and he's just goating it, and he goats it all the time. So he was officially banned this year from it, and so Netflix, being the opportunists that they are, jumped on it, and there will be a face-off against one of the world's other most foremost eaters, um, Takeru Kobayashi, and they will have a live hot dog eating contest on Netflix in September. So that's coming. Um, if you would have told me a few uh, years ago that we'd be tuning into Netflix to watch live hot dog eating, I wouldn't have bought that. You might have heard recently that Red Lobster is in financial shambles and going down because they lost over $10 million with endless shrimp. Um, He was sponsored. You think he was banned because he was sponsored by someone other than Nathan's Hot Dogs? Brendan says, and that could be it. I thought he was just goading things too heavily. Um, but Red Lobster is in straits, and Red Lobster has a hero coming to make an attempt to save them, and it is none other than Flavor Flav, the renowned public enemy slash reality dating show host person contestant is doing his best to partner with Red Lobster to keep them from going completely under because he really loves Red Lobster. Um, if you're a fan of regular show, there's spin-off series that has officially been announced. Um, and there's also an Adventure Time movie coming and multiple Adventure Time spin-off series. So if you're a fan of Jake the dog and Fenton the human, um, the good times never end. It's Adventure Time. Um, in non-sequel things that are also sequels, there is a Gears of War prequel game coming, Gears of War E-Day, which will follow Dom and Marcus as their young, you know, soldiers at the events of E-Day, starting off the storyline of Gears of War. Um, and something I didn't have on my nerd bingo card, there is a mobile game called DC Dark Legion, which uses the events of the DC book DC Metal and pits users against the Batman Who Laughs. And so it is going to be um it is going to be a PvP game where you fight people. Um, and I don't know. The trailer looks dope, and it's been fun to see. I don't know if I'm a PvP person or a mobile gaming person past Pokemon, but it will be checked out at least to look see how it goes. James Gunn officially announced that Creature Commandos will be here in December. That's coming. And as if you've heard me talk about stuff anytime recently, Delicious in Dungeon is my favorite thing on TV right now. It's my weekly comfort thing. And this past week, I haven't watched it yet. They put season one to bed with a finale. It's officially been announced that season two is in production, and we will get a season two with it. The manga is already over. Um, and I don't know if I'm going to wait for another season to get made before I start reading. But yeah, Delicious in Dungeon, rocking it hard. Apparently, he's doing really well for Netflix. Um, June 16th, this Saturday or this Sunday, Father's Day, um, House of Dragons season two premieres, and HBO has went ahead and renewed it for a third season, even before the second season was out. Um, Also back to Gears of War E-Day, they promised that the franchise is going to return to its horror roots. Um, and on other horrific things, the Blade movie has lost its director, and yet another setback for the ongoing that Marvel that would be franchise. And so Jan Demange, who was the director, has stepped down. Um, Back around pandemic times, um, Bob Odenkirk, who is best known for playing Saul Goodman, did an action movie from the people that make like Bullet Train and stuff like that called Nobody, um, where he played like I guess like a special teams assassin type person, and it was absolutely bonkers. Nobody 2 is set to begin filming this summer, and they are currently trying to nail down a director. I'm very excited about this. I enjoyed Nobody a lot. Um, yeah. And there's a new Scooby-Doo series coming called Go Go Mystery Machine, which has the Mystery Inc. crew set in Japan. So if you need a Japanese Scooby-Doo show, you got that coming. The Penguin, the Colin Farrell HBO DC Warner Brothers sequel series to the Batman, prequel series to the Batman 2, is going to be dropping on Max in September. Um, and I don't know if you know this, but like certain countries require military service, and uh, not the actors, the musicians from the pop group, Bella. Where's BTS from? South Korea? Okay, cool. My daughter Bella says BTS is from South Korea. Uh, they either way, BTS stars are all required to serve a military term. Huh? Yeah, Jin came back. She knows what's up. One of the guys from BTS, Jin, has officially been released from his military service. And I don't know about you, but if all the members of BTS uh go through military time, I feel like we're gonna get different music when they come back out. Like I just don't think you're gonna just make butter after you just served a military tour. And I wonder where NSYNC would be if those guys had to serve a military tour in the middle of their height of success. I don't know. Jerry West, the dude who the NBA logo was based on, has officially passed away at the age of 86. Um, and again, I'm mentioning politically things. Don't at me. I'm just telling you news. Hunter Biden was found guilty at his federal gun trial. Um, he faces up to 25 years in prison. Let's see. Recently, a painting of King Charles was unveiled that looked like, you know, Vigo the Destroyer from Ghostbusters 2. Well, this past week, the painting was defaced and made to look like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit, with something about cows. It was a political thing there. Um, Ben Potter, who is known as the comic historian on YouTube, passed away after an accident this past week. His wife vows to carry the channel. and keep that going. But he was a big part of the online community with that. And a 64-year-old man was arrested and a week ago at Murrayfield Stadium at the Eras Tour in Scotland. Um, that it was the only arrest made during the run of shows, but a 64-year-old man was charged with voyeurism at the Taylor Swift show. Um, in Oregon, a bull straight yeeted himself across the barricade at a rodeo and charged the crowd. Because if you didn't think bulls jumping hurdles to jump into the crowd was part of your rodeo experience, you never listened against Raging Machine because apparently bulls do go on parade. That's happening. REM reunited for the first time in 15 years to perform Losing My Religion on the Songwriters Hall of Fame. The band hasn't performed together in 15 years. Came back for that. And then the Brat Pack slash 80s star Anthony Michael Hall is who's also in the Dark Knight trilogy and had the show Dead Zone on USA, maybe, has joined as a villain for Reacher season 3. So, yep, that's some news. That's some information. Um, that's it. That's all I got. I'm a bounce. Um, I am going to be running right into HeroesCon today. Show floor opens in 2 hours, so I'm going to head over there, get the rest of my stuff ready. Bella and I will be there Thursday through, or it's up today, Friday through Sunday. HeroesCon is the biggest just comic book convention like out there in my area. It is the second biggest Comic Con in North Carolina, and I'm excited to be there. And got some cool new stuff. Uh, got some stuff that we're making. I made a little Fantastic Four piece for Todd Turner. Look, it's pretty. Um, I made a little Wolverine that looks like Stitch. Uh, there you go. Here's a Baymax. Uh, but aside from that, like beyond little art things, we've got book 9, which will be its first premiere there. I have my comic book, just a lot of cool stuff, but excited to be at HeroesCon. So I'm gonna bounce off of here. I'm not gonna read the list because I am in a hurry, but I'll get all the list on the Artist Alley Aftermath for this. But thank you to our Patreon supporters for being amazing. And I appreciate y'all more than I can express. And I hope that y'all have a great day, and I hope to see you at a con soon, preferably this con. Bye.